I want to talk about if you uh if you see something, you need to say something. Like if you see some New World Order shit, you know what I'm saying? Like people setting up for martial law, you need to say something. You see something, you should say something to somebody, man. Get it out there, man. Keep the uh you know, keep the word on the street, man. Keep that up to date. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can be the heartbeat of the pulse of the street, you know? You could be the heart there sometimes in certain situations. You know, like you see drone activity, trains with military equipment on it, MRAP ass, drills where they be saying, "Oh, we're looking for bodies," but they're just out practicing, probably running people down. Uh, the people who don't take the microchips, that type situation. But yeah, man, you know, it goes both ways. You see something going down, you see a bunch of dudes that look like Al Qaeda. You know what I'm saying? Looking all sneaky, man, and sneaking around building or something. That's a good time to alert someone, but you better get out of there. You're probably part of a drill, a false flag, and the fact that if you're witnessing that, you might be a patsy, and it might be too late for you. You know what I'm saying? You might just be what is that? Collateral damage, and you're expendable. Uh, you know. Uh, but yeah, you see some good information on internet. You know, you see something that rings real true. You know, that's real legit, real it's real if it's a possibility, it's worth taking a look at and being aware of that possibility there. So it's everyone's people are so afraid of looking strange or crazy. It was like when aliens or UFOs first started happening, people would see them and they wouldn't mention it. Same thing with ghosts. People have a ghost attack, won't tell anyone because they're afraid that they'll put them on drugs or lock them up in the mental ward because they're having some kind of unexplainable experience. Same thing. There should be people you could explain that to and who ain't gonna take it all to that extreme. These people that are only seeing with the five senses and ain't don't want to allow themselves to believe there's anything beyond what we can touch and taste and see and smell and hear. you know but you see something, you say something. I'm not gonna it's the same thing. It's just double speak. It's the same thing. It's just using redirecting it back on the initial user. You know what I'm saying? It's like in wrestling. Sometimes when people try to rush you, that close you close the distance for yourself to get yanked up. And it's the same thing when you make these stupid slogans trying to make it sound all patriotic and like civil duty to snitch, all the while cover for you while you're sneaking in the back trying to piss in our well, basically. uh I mean, it's that's funk. So when I'm out here, I'm looking for something total. I'm always looking for danger. You know what I'm saying? It's natural. You got to look for threats, you know, and avoid them. Just odds, probabilities, calculations, and you're just taking things in as they're happening, and you're just trying to naturally avoid danger. And when these people are purposefully going out of their way to be deceptive and tricky now, it's raised my awareness to a different level. To maybe even sometimes it's counterproductive that you gotta keep it so uh it's like idling your engine higher than normal. uh so they've made me hyper sensitive to their trickeries now, which, you know, it always puts me in this weird state of feeling uh you know, kind of being under attack, subtle attack. It's a different kind of attack. It's like you know, it's like Spider, the Spidey sense, when the dude just had, it's like danger, danger, but you can't even really pinpoint exactly what the danger is because it's so subtle and covert. But then again, it's all encompassing because they're coming at you from so many different little angles, man. It's like you might, you know, have a good little defense going here for a few angles, but then this other angle you're not even paying attention to will pop out at you, and then it'll fuck up your whole strategy of trying to remain safe. I mean, uh, you just gotta basically avoid people as long as you can, because I mean, eventually they're gonna set it up to a point where there's no avoiding anything anymore, unless there just is none. Once they got a microchip in you and you're in the system, and they know where you're at all times, there is no such thing as privacy or even free will, because I mean, just the fact that you're under such intense observation, it's going to change your behavior to where it's not natural anymore. It's controlled, it's manipulated. Even with the see something, say something, it's like, since the damage is done, I'm not the person who started that scary slogan like you have to just, you know, suspect everyone's out, you know, with some kind of sinister intentions. But I mean, in all actuality, the people are running around looking at everyone else. You're putting off these vibes, man, these suspicious vibes. And you know, it's like me, whenever, if someone looks at me with that look of suspicion, I look back at them with the same look of suspicion. If someone looks at, you know, someone looks at me with a lighthearted look, I look back at them with a lighthearted look. It's just, you know, you can't help it. Energy, emotions are contagious. So they're out here pumping this paranoia out here. So I mean, the only way to counteract that paranoia is proactiveness. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you got to make your own calls on this, because what they're doing is pure trickery, pure manipulation. You know, I'm just trying to figure out ways to combat it, you know, in my own life, in my own, you know, around, you know, I can help keep the people around me, you know, I can influence them, you know, to pay more attention by introducing them to certain ideas and concepts. But since, you know, people are afraid to talk about this stuff because they know what time it is, they know that it's all serious, like it is New World Order time. So that's why if you see something, NWO, you say something about it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, it's this, you know, it's just resistance of, you know, of, it's a passive resistance, man. It's not an aggressive, resistance. It's just, it's, if you can keep it just to, you know, debated, argumentative, opinionated things, you know what I'm saying? It's not, that extreme of where it's like, it's your life or my life type situation. That's not what I'm trying to get in to a situation. I'm not trying to let them make me look like I'm trying to put them in that situation so they get the justification to do something to me. So that's why I always gotta be a person who stands down until I'm being attacked. You know what I'm saying? I just have to, because that's my way of knowing that I'm safe. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not, if I'm not an aggressor, well, you can't never say that I'm an aggressive person and try to hold that against me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll go way out of my way to, you know, it's like the man who walks away is the bigger man, they say. I mean, it doesn't seem like it. You know, after a while, you start to feel like a coward, you know, or a pushover, a chump, you know. But I mean, no, really, it does. It's a lot easier to wild out and you know, take you know, vengeance into your own hands. It is a lot easier, and it's, you know, it'd be quicker. It's quicker reward or whatever your desired effect you were seeking. But the consequences of that, you know, it's a lot easier just to let it go, and then there ain't no consequence. Then taking a risk, you might get away. That's even the more scary thing. You might get away with it over and over and over, and then you might become evil because now I know how to get away with doing wrong. And that's something we all need to avoid. So, see something, NWO, you say something about it, you know? Check yourself. Don't let yourself get too paranoid. Don't become like the people that we're trying to avoid. You know what I'm saying? Don't become them to, overcome them. Maybe then it just defeats the purpose of resistance in the first place. So, that's what's up, man. You see something, you say something. I know I'm going to.